Chapter 1. The New Apartment. Ria had always dreamed of living alone in Mumbai. After years of sharing cramped hostel rooms and noisy PGs, she finally found a small but beautiful apartment in Amberi East. It was old, yes. The paint was peeling, yes. The lift worked only when it felt like it, yes. But it was hers. Her first night was peaceful. She unpacked, made instant noodles, watched a movie, and fell asleep on her new bed. But at 2:13 a.m., she woke up. Not because of a sound, not because of a nightmare, but because the layout of her room had changed. Her study table was on the opposite wall. Her cupboard was slightly open. And her bed had shifted a few inches to the left. She blinked hard. "Maybe I'm imagining it," she whispered. But deep down, she knew she wasn't. Chapter 2. The First Sign. The next morning, everything was normal again. The furniture was exactly where she remembered placing it. Ria laughed it off. First night jitters, she told herself. But that night, at 2:13 a.m., she woke again. This time, the kitchen light was on, and the gas stove knob was turned halfway. She froze. Someone had touched it. She checked the door. Locked from inside. The windows locked. She lived alone. Her hands trembled as she turned the knob off. Something was wrong with this apartment. Chapter 3. The Neighbor. The next day she met her neighbor, an elderly woman named Mrs. D'Souza. Ria casually asked, "Auntie, does anything strange happen at night here?" Mrs. D'Souza paused. Her smile faded. "What did you hear?" Ria swallowed. "Nothing, just things move." The old woman sighed. "Beta, this building is old. It remembers things." Ria frowned. "Remembers?" Mrs. D'Souza didn't explain. She simply said, "Keep your lights on at night." Chapter 4. The Third Night. Ria kept the lights on. She kept the windows locked. She kept the door bolted. She even placed her suitcase in front of the bedroom door. At 2:13 a.m. she woke again. The lights were off. The suitcase had moved, and someone was breathing in the dark. Slow, deep, right beside her bed. Ria didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't blink. She reached for her phone with trembling fingers and turned on the flashlight. The room was empty, but the cupboard door was wide open, and inside, written in chalk, were the words, "You shouldn't be here." Chapter 5. The Hidden Room. The next morning, Ria called a carpenter to check the cupboard. He tapped the back panel. "Madam, this wood is hollow." He pried it open. Behind it was a small hidden room, filled with old newspapers and a broken chair. Ria stepped inside. On the wall, scratched in uneven handwriting, were dozens of messages. "It comes at 2:13. Don't sleep. Don't turn off the lights. It changes the room. It watches. It waits." Ria stumbled back, heart pounding. The carpenter looked confused. "Madam, who wrote all this?" Ria whispered, "Someone who lived here before me." Chapter 6. The Truth About the Apartment. Ria confronted Mrs. D'Souza. "Auntie, what happened here? Tell me the truth." The old woman hesitated. Then she spoke. "5 years ago, a man lived in your flat. He worked nights, slept during the day. One morning he didn't come out. The police broke the door." Ria's stomach twisted. "What did they find?" Mrs. D'Souza whispered. "He had scratched the walls, said the apartment changed shape at night, said something lived inside the walls." Ria felt cold. "What happened to him?" "He disappeared. The police never found him." Chapter 7. The Night It Revealed Itself. Ria decided to leave the apartment the next morning, but she still had one night left. She kept every light on. She sat on the bed, fully awake. She held her phone tightly. At 2:13 a.m., the lights flickered, then died. The room shifted. The walls stretched. The ceiling lowered. The cupboard creaked open on its own. And from the hidden room, something crawled out. Not a person, not an animal. A shadow, shaped like a human, but moving like liquid. It whispered in a voice that wasn't a voice. "You shouldn't be here." Rhea screamed and ran for the door. But the apartment had changed. The door was gone. Only a wall remained. Chapter 8: The Escape. Rhea backed into a corner as the shadow approached. Her phone flashlight flickered. She remembered the messages on the wall. Don't turn off the lights. She grabbed her bedside lamp and smashed the bulb. Sparks flew. The shadow recoiled. Light hurt it. Rhea grabbed her phone, turned on the brightest setting, and shone it directly at the creature. It shrieked, a sound like metal tearing, and dissolved into the wall. The apartment shifted again. The door reappeared. Rhea didn't look back. She ran out of the building barefoot, screaming for help. Chapter 9: The Final Twist. The next morning, she returned with the police. The apartment was normal. No hidden room, no messages on the wall, no scratches, no signs of movement. The cupboard was solid wood. The carpenter insisted he had never been there. D'Souza claimed she never spoke to Rhea about anything. The police shrugged. Maybe you imagined it. Rhea moved out that same day. But that night, as she unpacked in her new flat, her phone buzzed. A notification. A photo. Sent from an unknown number. It was a picture of her old apartment, taken at 2:13 a.m., and in a corner of the room, a shadow stood watching.